everybody, let's get started on today's reading lesson. For today, we're starting Unit 5, Week 3 of our reading series. If you don't already have a piece of paper and a pencil close by, grab that now before we get started because you'll need to write down just a few things. Today's lesson is going to look like this. First, we will review our objectives. Then we'll take a quick look at the essential question and preview our new vocabulary words. Then we'll talk about the genre for this week's stories and have some phonics practice. Then we'll wrap up our lesson at the very end with a little review and some practice. The objectives for this lesson say students will be able to identify the traits of a biography, and students will be able to identify the vowel team in a word and read words with vowel teams. For our essential question, it's up in your top left corner, and it says, "How can inventions solve problems?" All of the stories that we read in Unit 5, Week 3, will all be related to that question. How can inventions solve problems? If you take a look at the picture, you can see the invention of the little blue car. That's called the smart car. Think about some things or problems this invention of the smart car could help to solve. Well, the smart car uses a lot less gas than that minivan that's parked behind it. So that could solve a problem. It could solve the expense of gas. Also, this smart car is an electric car, so it uses only a very little amount of gas. So therefore, it's also not producing the exhaust fumes that come from burning gasoline. Also, the car is so small, it takes a lot less material to build it. So this smart car can help solve lots of different problems. The vocabulary words that you're going to see throughout Unit 5, Week 3 include these words. Dizzy. Noah felt dizzy after spinning around and around on the grass. Experiment. Tony did an experiment in class to determine the acidity of a certain liquid. Genuine. Are those two paintings in the museum genuine or fakes? Hilarious. The hilarious movie made the audience laugh nonstop. Mischief. The dog got into mischief and chewed apart the pillow from the couch. Nowadays. Nowadays, many people drive smaller cars to conserve gas. Politician. The politician is hoping that the voters will elect her to the state senate. Procedure. The surgeons followed the hospital procedure for sterilizing their hands. Now this slide has all of the vocab words together and their actual definitions. When completing the 5.3 vocab practice activity today on ConnectEd, you may want to go back to this slide to get the definitions for that activity. Now let's move on to the genre for this week. The genre we're focusing on in all of our stories this week is biography. What are the traits of a biography? In your reading and writing workshop book, the word biography is defined like this. A biography is a true story of a real person's life written by another person. A biography usually presents events in chronological order. A biography may include text features. Now I want you to turn to your Readers and Writers Workshop book. On page 338, you'll find the story called Stephanie Kwolek, Inventor. So turn to that page and you can either read the story to yourself or listen to the story as it's assigned on the Connect Dead McGraw-Hill website. If you want to listen to it, instead of reading it to yourself, the assignment will be called 5.3 Stephanie Kwolek. As you read or listen to the story, look for details that prove why it fits into the biography genre. Once you have read or listened to the story, I want you to come back to the video and we'll move on to the next part. Remember, as you are reading or listening, you should be writing down details that prove that this story fits into the biography genre. We'll check your answers when you come back to the video. All right, you should have read or listened to the story, Stephanie Kwolek, Inventor. As you were reading, you were supposed to find evidence that proves this story fits into the biography genre. So let's talk about those details that you found on the next few slides. Did you say this story or selection is about a real person? In the text, it says, chemist Stephanie Kwolek actually invented a material just like this. So this story or selection that you just listened to or read is about a real life person. You might have also said the text includes text features, like the one at the top of page 339. We have a photo with a caption, and that caption tells us more about the person, Stephanie's work. So if you said either of those traits, if you found them and wrote them down when you were reading, you are right. Now let's move on and talk about phonics. This week for phonics, we're focusing on vowel teams. Every syllable in a word has one vowel sound. Let's look at this word main, M-A-I-N. In the word main, you'll see it has two vowels here in the middle. When two vowels appear together in a word, they often work as a team to form one vowel sound. A syllable that includes a vowel team is called a vowel team syllable. What is the vowel team syllable in the word trainer? Well, think about the word trainer. It has two syllables. Train-er. Which one of those syllables has a vowel team? It's the first syllable, train. It's got the A and the I together that might make that long A sound. Let's do some more look at vowel teams. You have four words here: mislead, explain, sleepless, and bamboo. I want you to identify the vowel team in each word. I did the first one for you. I divided it into the two syllables, miss and lead. And then in the second syllable, I circled that vowel team to show you that E and A work together to make the long E sound. On your paper, you need to write the words explain, sleepless, and bamboo. I'd like you to divide the word into its two syllables, like I did with mislead, and then circle the vowel team in each word. Pause your video now, write those words down, divide them into syllables, and circle the vowel team in each word. Once you've done that for explain, sleepless, and bamboo, turn your video back on and we'll check your work. For the word explain, you should have divided it between the X and the P. X is for your first syllable, plain is for your second syllable. Then you should have circled the AI vowel team. In the word sleepless, you should have divided the word between the P and the L. First syllable says sleep, second syllable says less. That first syllable has the vowel team EE that you should have circled. The EE in sleepless has that long E sound. And in the last word, bamboo, you should have divided the word between the M and the B. First syllable says bam, second syllable says boo. In the second syllable, the two O's work together as a vowel team to make the oo sound. Let's wrap up our lesson now. Remember, we had two objectives: to be able to identify the traits of a biography and to be able to identify the vowel team in a word and to be able to read words with vowel teams. Now today for your exit slip, you're going to have two questions you have to answer in the Google form. The first one, you'll need to name one trait of the biography genre. So you can go back into this video and look to see at the beginning what we said the traits were for the biography genre. There were 3 listed. Then the second one, you're going to have to identify the vowel teams in the words maiden, heavy, and boast. Make sure you read each word to listen for that vowel team sound. After you answer those questions about the genre and vowel teams, you will then need to go and complete some vocab and phonics practice. You need to complete the assignments from the McGraw-Hill ConnectEd website. The first one will be called 5.2 Vocab Practice, and the second one will be called 5.2 Phonics Practice. Do not submit this assignment until you've done those 2 assignments on ConnectEd, because you can go back into this video and find the slide or the part of the video where I have the vocabulary words and all of their definitions. That part of the video might help you with this assignment called Vocab Practice. Oh, I just said they are 5.2. That is incorrect. I need to fix that. Those will be called 5.3 Vocab Practice and 5.3 Phonics Practice. I hope you heard that because this is wrong in this presentation. It'll say 5.3 Vocab Practice and 5.3 Phonics Practice. Sorry if there's any confusion. I'll make sure that that's in the Google form correctly. If you have any questions about today's assignment, please bring them to our Google Meet later in the day. You can also email me or send me messages on Parent Square if you have questions.